I really do like to think about the journal as like this sacred paper, and that the things that I write, it is an inscription on the universe. Hi guys, today I want to talk about journaling. I got a question a couple weeks ago from someone who was just interested in advice for processes for journaling, and I told her I would do a little video about it. So with journaling, I love journaling. I haven't always been into it. It was actually kind of hard to get into the habit of it at first. It felt stupid, like my diary from when I was a kid. I was like, oh, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to write about like weird childhood, milestones and crushes, and in this Dear Diary format. My childhood diary is hilarious. So at first it was kind of weird. I'm like, what do I write? But now I have gotten into the flow of it and I love it. I think it's super important and a really great way to clarify your thoughts, to have kind of this record of the stuff that you wanted at one point and the stuff that you manifested or created in your experience, things that you achieved. So for me, it's really fun to look back at old journals and stuff that, I wanted at one point that now it's like, oh my gosh, I brought that into existence. So I like to, I really do like to think about the journal as like this sacred paper, and that the things that I write, it is an inscription on the universe. It is an order. It is a request to create something wonderful. And so when it comes to what do I write today, especially on days when I'm like, I don't really feel like journaling, there's an interesting thing that I notice when I'm more inclined to like scroll or just be on social media rather than doing my journaling time. And so when I'm most resistant to it, I've kind of set up an internal flag of like, do it now, go over there, write the date, and just start writing something. So you can even write about having writer's block of like, I don't know what to write, but I want to start the process of writing things down and setting these intentions and getting this clarity. So here I go. So just, sometimes I'll just write, random stuff or just a word, something that inspires me. So here I'm just going to go through some ideas of things that you can do to start the journaling process. First, I don't think there's a right way to do it. I don't think that the things I'm going to talk about are the best things to do. I just think it's like it works for me and it may work for you as well. And so don't feel weird or wrong or am I doing this wrong? I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. So intentions. What are your intentions? What are your intentions for this day? For the stuff that you have to do, the things that you are likely to encounter today, interactions with your partner, interactions with, people out in the world, people in the realm of the internet. What do you want those interactions to be like? You can pre-pave that. And that's what I look at the journaling is like this pre-paving. Like every interaction I have today is going to be awesome. I'm going to say exactly the right thing. It's going to be a really wonderful interaction. They're going to come away feeling renewed and relieved and excited. So that's something that I'll write in my journal. So intentions for the day, intentions for projects or things that I'm working on and how I'd like them to go. That's a big thing. If you have something that you have to accomplish or something on your horizon, it's very easy to slip into the, oh, I hope this doesn't happen and I don't want that to happen and I don't want this to happen. Get clear about what you want to happen and write it as though it has already happened. Write, and this is another one of these thank you notes for something going the way you wanted it to go. So imagine the thing that you're concerned about right now or the thing that you want to go a certain way. And so rather than, I hope that this happens and I really hope that this works out, write it, affirm it, assume it, and write a thank you. This appreciation, this gratitude, really, what would it feel like if the thing that you want to have happen happened? Oh my gosh. So many of my journal entries, they start with, holy shit. Oh my God. Isn't this wonderful? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, this happened and it was perfect. And this happened and everything just fell into place perfectly. And as I'm writing it, I'm getting into that space of, it happened. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you notes are really great. Ideals. Think about the life you want to be living. Think about the things you want to have. write about them. Get vivid about your desired life, your desired relationship, your desired living situation, business situation, income situation. Write about it in vivid detail. Get as detailed as you can. Think about all of the aspects of it that you are so excited about, or that would just light you up. Write about your ideals. See them as you're writing the words down, like visualize, embody. What would it be like? What would it feel like? Who is this person writing about this? Even think about your ideal. This is kind of fun. So think about your ideal. So let's imagine that your ideal is already said and done, already happened. What does that version of yourself journal? What does she write about? What does she want then? So after all of the stuff that you want, you don't just get to a point of wanting things to go a certain way and then you're like, oh, okay, I never want another thing ever. I'm so happy. No, you're always going to have new desires planted in your heart. And this is about cultivating those desires and knowing that, if you have a desire within you, I believe that it is a gift from God. I believe that we live in a universe. If you can be inspired to want something, you can have that something. There's a reason that if you didn't want it, why would it even come to you as something that would excite you? That's kind of, I believe that this is the source of evolution within people, is to want something better. Like, that looks good, I want that. And so even when you arrive at a certain location, think now. Think about where you are now. Think about a time when you wanted to be where you are now. And think about how you still want more stuff now. You still want new things, new experiences. So you can place yourself there now. Kind of do a skip over, do a quantum shift. Like, what is that version of myself? What is her ideal? And you can get into that vibe. Truth reminders. I love writing truth reminders in my notebook so that, if I'm having a day or, something has gone on, I'm like, okay, I need to anchor myself to some truths, so here are some that I've written on this page. Prepare your attitude, open and ready to receive, be ready for it to show up, feel deserving. Of course, when I ask for something, it automatically comes to me. I feel delighted, like when I'm reading a book, I find the passages that are like, ooh, yes, I need to remember this. I love this idea, permanently perfect, eternal youth, eternal life, divine, all of these words that just evoke something from me. So sometimes I'll just write down words. Confidence. Confidence. I want to embody more confidence today. What does that look like? So these truth reminders, big ideas, power words, free flow narrative of just, what my life is like and what I love, and all the wonderful things, kind of just get on a flow of looking around me and just feeling so happy and good. And so, yeah, I think journaling is such a powerful thing to do, to inscribe using this language. And what is that? Abracadabra means as I speak something, I forget what it means. As I speak, something like that. Basically, like, I bring things into existence. And thinking about this, like, words and spells and letters as this form of magic, of this way that we bring things into existence. And I think that's really fun. And I think it's fun to play with and to see, even if you're, not fully there as far as like, I don't really believe that. Play with it. See what happens. See what you can write into existence and create using your words. And it's a state. It creates within you this, if I want to feel motivated to do something, I write about it as though it's already done. I give thanks. I'm happy. I experience and play with that sense of relief of the thing I want is already done. And I truly believe it's like a rehearsal. I'm rehearsing now for this reality that I want to play out. And so I think when you journal kind of with that stuff in mind, just with writing intentions, I'm ready for wonderful things to happen. I'm ready for wonderful things to happen. I feel deserving of wonderful things happening in my experience. And I've got to play with those ideas because, like, my default was not originally like that. I wasn't ready for great things to happen to me. But the more I wrote about it and pre-paved and kind of, inscribed reality with these things that I want, it's like, wow, it's really amazing the way that reality has become more and more of what I want the more I write it into existence. So please give those ideas a try or add them to what you're already doing, and feel free to let me know how it goes. I think that this is a very powerful thing. If you've never journaled before, definitely give it a try.